Have you ever found yourself scrolling endlessly through your game library in the hopes of finding something that catches your attention? Before you realize it, you forfeited an entire evening without playing anything at all. Minutes evolve into hours. You're not alone. We're going to look at why picking a game is more difficult than ever nowadays, since this is a problem that many gamers face. We'll also explore techniques for overcoming the inability to make selections that keep you from just taking pleasure in your favorite activity, gaming. First, let's address the evident suspect, an excessive number of options. You could only play games that were physically on your shelf when they were on cartridges or CDs years ago. These days, libraries are overflowing. It's now normal to own hundreds of games, many of which are unplayed, thanks to Steam sales, Game Pass, PlayStation Plus, and countless digital shop fronts. The quantity of options isn't as impressive as it seems. This is actually known as the paradox of choice in psychology. Research indicates that having more options makes it more difficult to make a decision, and even when we do, we're not as happy with our selection. Why? Because we're always questioning whether we made the right choice. Reducing your choices is one strategy to fight this. Choose 3 to 5 games that stand out from your collection and concentrate on those rather than aimlessly browsing through them all. Make a mood list based on your current emotions. Are you looking for a calming experience? Something fast? You can feel less pressured and be more committed if you limit your options. Another factor that makes choosing a game difficult? Unrealistic standards. We've all been there. Mentally hyping a game in the hopes that it will provide the ideal experience. We're looking for a game that will shock our heads, make us feel amazing, and fit our mood exactly. In actuality, though, no game will stand up to that level of pressure. In a time where marketing, influencer reviews, and trailers portray every game as a must-play masterpiece, this is even worse. When a game doesn't immediately captivate you or fulfill your expectations, it's natural to feel disappointed. Try this instead of striving for perfection. Ask yourself, what do I want to feel right now? Perhaps you need something comforting after a demanding day, or perhaps you're searching for excitement. Choosing a game that fits your emotional state might have a tremendous impact. Now, let's discuss what not to do. Because let's be honest, when it comes to gaming, we can be our own worst enemies at times. The first is the temptation to wait for the ideal moment. I'll start this game when I have a solid 2 hours of free time, you may be thinking. However, the truth is that we rarely get the ideal block of time in life. You frequently never start at all when you wait for that moment. Perhaps try adopting shorter sessions instead. You could try out a game for as little as 20 minutes to see whether it's what you want. Second, quit making yourself play the game you believe you should be playing. Whether it's a game you bought for $60 or maybe everyone else is talking about it, don't force yourself to play it if you're not feeling it. Gaming is for fun, not for obligations. Let's finally talk about the backlog spiral. Everybody has a list of games they've bought but never played. Feeling overpowered by it, or worse, guilty for not clearing it. The problem is that your backlog isn't homework. It's not a to-do list, but rather a collection of options. Consider it as such, and concentrate on what thrills you right now, rather than what you feel you should cross off. Why do we think too much about something that should be enjoyable? The evolution of gaming is part of the problem. It is become more than just a pastime for many. It's an identity. Community, social relationships, and even achievements are all connected to gaming. Pressure to play the right games or to make your gaming time feel productive comes along with it. The problem is that gaming doesn't have to be practical. It doesn't have to be for anything other than your happiness. Give yourself permission to just play and quit overanalyzing. It's acceptable even if you choose a random game and change it midway through. The whole thing is part of the experience. Going back to the basics is sometimes the best way to overcome choice paralysis. Consider the games that initially sparked your passion for gaming. Was it the straightforwardness of a traditional platformer? The pleasure of couch co-op with friends or family? The excitement of the first time exploring a brand new world? Nostalgia can be a strong tool. Choose a game that emphasizes simple, entertaining gameplay without all the bells and whistles. Or revisit an old favorite. You might rediscover that spark by getting back into the core. Let's conclude with some useful recommendations. Set up a time limit. Decide to play for a maximum of 30 minutes. It can be simpler to get started if you have an endpoint. Get out of your comfort zone. Try a new genre. Sometimes all you need is a new viewpoint. Play with friends or family. Playing games together can help you focus on the experience rather than the choice itself. Uninstall what you're not playing. Stress can be decreased by having fewer options in a smaller library. Pick and commit. Choose the first game that appeals to you after running through your collection for 5 minutes. Don't question it, just give it a go. Ultimately, gaming is meant to be enjoyable. It's an opportunity to get away, interact, and escape. So keep in mind that your library doesn't have to be flawless the next time you find yourself staring at it. Simply select a game, hit play, and enjoy the journey. Take some pressure off yourself. These are some fairly stressful times for most of us. But trust me, you're where you're supposed to be. Take a couple deep breaths and enjoy the now. You got this. We're all proud of you. Let's connect in the comments if this resonates with you. Which game did you most recently play and how did you pick it? Don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this video helpful in any way also. Thanks for watching.